Explorer countdown to kickoff.
Well, Bart Oates certainly knows Super Bowl success with the New York Giants. Here is Oates. He has a degree in accounting from Brigham Young. He'll be snapping to a man who has a law degree from that university. But the question is for Al, Dan, and Frank, can the San Diego Chargers handle Bart Oates and Steve Young?
Well, Brent, I arrived here this past Tuesday, and I think it's probably the same for Dan and Al. And the most frequently asked question of me, who's going to win this thing? And I'm going to ponder and be very profound about it and think about it. And I don't get to answer it. It's the next question interrupts my thinking is, does San Diego have a chance? And I think, Al, that's the perception of this game, that San Francisco is such an overwhelming favorite that the Chargers don't have a shot in this game.
Frank, I think the reason so many millions of people love sports is its unpredictability, the amazing and incredible things that we have seen. And just to go through a few of them, we'll go back to 1969. The New York Mets were in the 8th year of their existence. They had been an abysmal team, but these were the amazing Mets, the miracle Mets, who won the National League pennant and then beat the Baltimore Orioles in the World Series in 5 games to capture the title. And speaking of miracles, well, Lake Placid, New York, 1980, the Winter Olympics in the middle of the Cold War. A group of fuzzy-cheeked 22-year-olds beat the Soviet Union, the best hockey team in the world, on the way to a gold medal. In basketball, in 1985, the Final Four, Georgetown, #1 in the country. Villanova had come in unranked. Rollie Massimino and his group celebrated over John Thompson. In 1990, Buster Douglas was, in the parlance of boxing, a tomato can. Nothing. All of a sudden, Mike Tyson was on the deck as Douglas won in a huge upset. And now, of course, the comparison everybody's been making all week, Super Bowl III, which took place 26 years ago and about 15 miles to the south, Namath and the Jets winning 16-7. Dan, if the Chargers win today, do we add this game to that clip reel?
Oh, it goes right on the clip reel. We could have arguments, does it go to the head of the clip reel or somewhere in the middle? I think it goes right up towards the front. I don't think anything can surpass what our United States Olympic hockey team did to the Soviet Union. But if you take a look at this team and you compare it to the 49ers, one of the things I've always liked to do is take both starting units, throw them into the hopper, and then make one team. And when I come up with 22 starters out of that mix, 17 of them play for the San Francisco 49ers, 5 for the San Diego Chargers. So, yes, it would be a colossal upset.
We're going to find out who those 5 were, but right now we're going to go back to Brent.
Frank, Al, and Dan, I know one that Dan picks. There he is. Let me tell you one little quick anecdote about Steve Young. When he was at Brigham Young, he once dated Marie Osmond. Now, you know where he took her? They went bowling. Steve Young will be ready for this Super Bowl. He has not been partying on South Beach. And the fierce warrior who leads San Diego, Junior Seau, will be ready.
Coming up, Junior Seau's toughest moment wasn't on the football field.
My daughter was dying. That was the first time in my life that I felt that I was vulnerable.
Welcome to the big game. And today's favorite takes the field. Leading the league in carries. Unbelievable. I'll say it again. You just can't win without a strong defense. Man, I'm here to tell you, impressive running game out there. The new Ford Explorer, far and away the best the world has to offer. Look at that. Perfect field position.
Look, it's a gold card. Sure, no card on the planet is more useful, but it can't grant you inner peace. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could use it to go someplace where your only action would be one of non-action, which is pretty peaceful. And if you let Master Guest arrange your vacation, you'd save 20 to 40%, plus another $100 if you book by April 30th. And saving money might be the path of true wisdom. So I guess Gold MasterCard could help you see the light. Just remember to wear your sunscreen. Gold MasterCard, it's more than a gold card, it's smart money. Look for your Gold MasterCard application and apply.
Hey, America, something's missing from your sandwich. The great taste of cheese. Your roast beef sandwich scores a 0, but add some tangy cheese, you've got a great American hero.
Now this is a winner.
Give your sandwich a new attitude with cheese.
What if I told you everything you know about TV is about to change? Because now there's DirecTV, totally digital television. More movies, more sports, more of what I want than ever before. All through a tiny satellite dish about the size of a small pet. Stay. With digital quality video and CD sound, everything's gonna look great. How does DirecTV work? I have no idea, but it does. Get your DSS 18-inch dish and DirecTV at your RCA dealer.
It's a great month of exciting events on Lois and Clark with the return of Lex Luthor, Bronson Pinchot as the prankster, and a special guest appearance by Raquel Welch as the reporter. It's a super February with Lois and Clark.
Get ready for this.
Money, sex, murder. Some people just can't get enough. Dennis Franz, Peter Strauss, Heather Locklear, based on a true story. Texas Justice coming in February to ABC.
This Super Bowl 29 pregame special brought to you by the new Ford Explorer, far and away the best Ford Explorer ever. And Goodyear, makers of the all-new Wrangler Aquatred for light trucks, vans, and sport utility vehicles.
You are looking live at Junior Seau. He is the leader of the San Diego Chargers. Played much of the season with that painful shoulder because of the pinched nerve. Lynn Swann goes behind the scenes and tells us a story of this warrior.
On and off the field, it is do or die for Junior Seau. One of the NFL's best linebackers has an unstoppable need to be the best, a need driven by guilt and fear.
I know what it's like in the real world. I didn't read about it. I didn't watch it. I didn't see a movie about it. I lived it, and I don't want to go back.
Junior Seau grew up in gang-ridden Oceanside, California. The Seaus sheltered their children from the ugliness of the neighborhood and instilled in them a devout work ethic. While all Junior's brothers and sisters contributed to the family finances, Junior played ball, his way of giving back.
I felt that in high school and during my junior high school years, I wanted to go out there and bring a smile to mom and dad. And how was I going to do that? By performing in basketball, football, and track, bringing home a trophy. That was my paycheck to mom and dad. That was my paycheck to my brothers and sisters, to prove to them that I'm not just out there playing around. You know, I want to do something. I want to be the best, but I didn't have the paychecks to show for.
Junior's desire and strength to be the best is obvious, but not everything is under his control. Since November 20th, Junior Seau has been playing with the intense pain of a pinched nerve. He needs time to heal, time he doesn't have. He also needs time to ease the pain in his heart. He couldn't control the path his younger brother took.
The expectations that I put on my little brother is something that I didn't know was there. I felt that, you know, it's gonna be a lot easier for you, bro. I didn't look at it in terms of my brother couldn't reach the goals in which I set.
Junior's daughter, Sydney, was born dangerously premature. Another reminder that the future is difficult to control.
My daughter was dying before she even started to live. And it killed me. I couldn't control that. That was the first time in my life that I felt that I was vulnerable. We're wondering whether or not we'll wake up the next morning to find out that she left us. Now that's life. That's tough. Football is just a game, and it always will be a game. That doesn't mean I don't want to be one of the best at it. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to give it all I have. But my family's my base.
Junior and Gina Seau, their daughter Sydney, is a healthy 17-month-old girl now, as any other girl would be at this time. And his brother, when he's released, well, Junior says he will be right there to help him because his family is the most important thing. But today he wants to help his extended family, the San Diego Chargers. And the man who adopted him and brought him to San Diego, General Manager Bobby Beathard. Bobby, you came in from the NFC to build a team in the AFC. You've got one of the best eyes for talent in the National Football League. How do you size up this game? What does San Diego have to do in terms of the matchups to win?
Well, we are trying to build it like an NFC team. If you talk about this NFC team we're playing, we'd love to have a team like that. If you look at everything, maybe we don't match up. Not many teams match up. In fact, no team matches up with the 49ers. But if we play well and can offensively and can keep the ball, that's where we think we have our shot in this game.
Okay, Bobby, thank you, Brent. He also told me before the Pittsburgh game, if they played well, they'd be okay. Hopefully they wouldn't embarrass themselves, and they came out of that game a winner.
Well, Lynn, one of the interesting things is that the coaching staff says we're not going to avoid number 21. We're going right at Deion Sanders. We want to get the sweep over there and see if we can make him try to tackle somebody this season.
Coming up, drop in on America's favorite handyman.
Well, there's a fight inside.
Join Tim Allen on the set for a special Super Bowl party.
We built this jump and flooded it to introduce Goodyear's all-new Wrangler AquaTread for light trucks and sport utilities. Two aqua channels sweep water away. You get the sheer rugged toughness of a Goodyear Wrangler and the outstanding wet traction of a Goodyear AquaTread. The all-new 50,000-mile Wrangler AquaTread, only from Goodyear.
In a country where the people are as diverse as the places they choose to call home, one thing these people seem to share is an appreciation for quality and value. Maybe that's why Ford has had America's best-selling car for 3 years and America's best-selling truck for 18. Maybe that's why 5 of the 10 best-selling vehicles in this country are Fords. They say you can't please everyone, but if we keep this up, we may just prove them wrong.
It's all about concentration. If I get hungry, I grab a Snickers.
Packed with fresh roasted peanuts, thick milk chocolate, and caramel, Snickers stops the hunger.
There's a hunger inside you.
How much longer can he last on that battery?
You know, he just doesn't get it. Duracell batteries outlast all other brands. Hey, Larry, sometime today?
Larry Doty for the birdie.
Hooked it. That should cost him a stroke.
Herb.
Okay, I'll get him down.
Herb.
The Copper Top. Tops them all.
A crime wave's hitting Thursday night. Put on an APB. First, Matlock at its new time 1 hour earlier with a deadly dose of murder. An all-new Matlock followed by The Commish at its new night and time.
Book him.
George Kennedy and Carol Lawrence on The Commish after Matlock. Thursday starting at 8, 7 Central on ABC.
Wow. This is like having Batman and Robin.
What do the big game, the big bang, the big boys, and the big adventure have in common? Find out on the Doritos Super Bowl halftime show here on ABC.
You ready for the really big one?
I'm not really ready. I'm 5 minutes late.
And on the largest halftime stage ever constructed, you'll see Patti LaBelle, Tony Bennett, and a stunt spectacular like no other in the Doritos Super Bowl halftime show featuring Disney's Indiana Jones Adventure.
Are you going to cut your tie?
Bring to me the trophy!
Bring to me my third Super Bowl trophy is what Ken Norton says, having played with the Dallas Cowboys in each of the last 2 years. Well, Super Bowl parties everywhere. Our favorite handyman is having one with several members of the Detroit Lions, including Chris Spielman, Dave Craig, and Kelvin Pritchett.
This has got to be the best roast beef sandwich I've ever had.
Well, Spielman, you ought to know. One more sandwich, you have a whole cow sitting in your stomach. Get me out of here.
Forget the roast beef. This guacamole's great. You're a good cook, Tim.
Oh, yeah, thanks a lot. I spent all day on it.
So, how's everyone enjoying my guacamole?
Oh, Al. Al, you made this? It's delicious.
Why, thank you, Kelvin. You know, the secret is I always add a little sugar.
I think the secret's out, buddy.
So, guys, who do you like today?
That blonde cheerleader, third from the left.
Well, your wife's gonna like to hear that, isn't she?
I like the Chargers. Niners.
I don't care who wins, as long as there's no blood and it's close.
Yeah, we're talking about a football game, not a shave. All right, go get someone like this, will you?
Yeah, seeing those guys work out like that makes me hungry. Rich, everything makes you hungry. Hey, nice picture on that set.
Yeah, that's because I got a satellite dish put up on roof myself, you know? It's got the weakest signals picking up all of these little satellites. Even those rinky-dink shows I pick up.
Oh, so I guess you get tool time, huh?
Oh, gosh darn it, you're a funny guy, Dave. I bet you guys really wish you could be on the field right now, huh?
Actually, Tim, Miami's rather humid this time of year. And the mosquitoes are as big as I am.
Well, there's a frightening thought.
Hey, the game's just about to start.
All right. Right. Hey, wait a minute. What's wrong with the TV?
Satellite. Hold on a second. Look at that. Live sumo wrestling from Japan.
Tim, where's the game? Do something.
Look at your mom and your sister wrestle. Let's watch that. Hold on a second.
Oh, we got. Just wait a second. Come on. Hold on. Look at this guy here. Here's the game. Out of here.
No, well, like, where you gonna go?
I'm going to watch the game.
Wait a minute. Come on, fellas. Look at this. We're going to Fonz's house? Well, what do you want to watch? Polish folk dancing?
Seen it.
So tune in this Tuesday on ABC when Home Improvement poses the age-old question, what's more important, taking care of your sick wife or watching the Super Bowl? The scene here at Joe Robbie Stadium now starting to fill up for Super Bowl 29. And the Bud 1 airship, the aerial ambassador of the King of Beers, is proud to provide you these aerial shots of Super Bowl 29. Far away in Antarctica, 7,500 miles away, there's another Super Bowl party. They're going to be watching this game live.
Football can be exciting, but truck football, now that's a rush. So if you're gonna tackle it, you better get a hold of the right equipment. A 1995 Ford Ranger 4x4.
Red 39!
Complete with switch-on four-wheel drive, new four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and a whopping 4-liter V6. So get a Ford Ranger 4x4 and play truck football.
How am I gonna spike this thing?
A week of scout camp. How hard could it be? Yeah.
I'm your new troop leader. We're gonna chop wood and dig a ditch from here to there. Any questions?
Bet you can't eat just one.
Kid, I once went an entire week without breathing.
New Wavy Lay's Hidden Valley Ranch flavor. Bet you can't eat just one.
Keeper!
Hidden Valley's a special ranch. Wavy Lay's are special potato chips.
When temptation rolls in and stares you in the face, nothing saves you like the mouth-watering aroma and satisfying taste of juicy fruit. Only 10 sweet calories. One sweet, juicy choice.
Mon disque dur est plein. Oh, il faut que j'archive 500 meg ou je suis fichu.
Oh, ça, c'est embêtant. Ouais. J'ai entendu dire qu'il travaillait sur un nouveau procédé laser pour stocker de l'information.
Le laser? Qui fait ça?
Ah, IBM. Oui, IBM. Ils disent même qu'on pourra stocker 10 fois plus de données.
C'est incroyable.
It's the most popular meat in the world, and it's not what you're thinking. It's multilingual, multi-coastal. It's every day and everywhere. It's at home, and it's abroad. It's north, it's south, it's east, it's west, it's pork, and it's what the world is coming to. The other white meat. Taste what's next.
Award-winning Primetime Live is now on Wednesday. Hidden camera investigations, big emotional stories, and cutting interviews. Diane Sawyer, Sam Donaldson. Primetime Live is now on Wednesdays.
Tuesday night is America's favorite with NYPD Blue.
Just a little scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't miss Jimmy Smits and Emmy winner Dennis Franz.
You seem very cheery today.
An all-new Blue. Tuesday, February 7th on ABC. Parental discretion advised.
The Ford Explorer countdown to kickoff continues live from Super Bowl 29.
Last night's rumor that Jerry Rice was ill and might not play looks fine and ready to go. Now let's go back to our two master strategists, Dick Vermeil and Boomer Esiason. And Dick, give Boomer the ball, will you please?
Now, Boomer, you've been a nice guy and allowed me to move the ball offensively. You go ahead and move the Chargers offensively.
Well, let me tell you something. You have some great players on your offense.
No question about that. But I have some pretty good football players as well. And number one is Natron Means. And what we like to do with him is get him up the middle in the secondary and force your secondary players to try to make the tackle. And when you have a 245-pound player come up the middle like this, and he has a head of steam, he's very difficult to tackle, and we know you do not want to do that.
Well, we're going to commit those defensive tackles inside.
Well, let me tell you something. You think we run the ball? Well, let me tell you, we live and die by the big play. And right here you can see Stan Humphries hit Alfred Papuno in stride for a touchdown.
We're not going to make those mistakes in our secondary.
You will make those mistakes, I can guarantee it. I can almost tell you that, no, we just don't play action and throw the ball deep. We are able to drop back and throw the ball deep. Stan Humphries is one of the more accurate deep throws in the NFL. And not only that, he's a tough guy. He can deliver the ball in the face of a rush, and he is the symbol of our football team. So you better get ready for a rough and tumble football game, my friend.
Well, let me get on defense then, all right? Go on defense. We're going to stop you running by putting 8 people up on the line of scrimmage, bringing the strong safety, McDonald, up there. 8 people, they're tough to run the ball. Now we've stopped your running game with the good combination play of the 2 young defensive tackles inside. Boy, they really stuffed you last time, only 56 yards running. We force you to throw. We go one-on-one with Deion Sanders and rotate the secondary and double up the other people. Tough to throw against that kind of coverage. I don't know if you're going to get any points.
Well, it's tough to run against that, but I can tell you right now, if Deion Sanders has to tackle Natron Means, we win the game.
Sounds like an even ball game. Back to you, Brent.
All right, Dick. Here's the scene at South Beach right now. You can see it's emptying out. Folks are getting ready. Way down alongside another ocean, 7,500 miles away, is Antarctica. A group of scientists down there are studying the ozone level. They're having a Super Bowl party. We have Mr. Dwight Fisher. I know there's going to be a delay on my voice and his coming back. But, Dwight, I understand that it's Monday in Antarctica. If so, I want you to tell me who won this Super Bowl and by how many points.
Yeah, it is Monday. It's Monday morning, about 11 o'clock, a little after that here, and we're not going to spoil the game and tell you the score yet.
All right. Listen, Dwight, I know you're a Chicago Bear fan. Does that mean you're going to stick with the NFC today and root for the 49ers?
Most definitely. I'm an NFC fan, and I think for Steve Young, he deserves the credit that he'll get when he wins this game.
Dwight, good luck down there. One thing's for sure, folks. There'll be no problem keeping the beer cold down in Antarctica. So our pregame show for Super Bowl 29 continues from Joe Robbie.
Coming up, he has led his team to the pinnacle of success, but the road had its price.
Okay, it's easy to do it when it's great, but how is it when it's really, really rough?
Inside Steve Young, next.
People, listen up. We've got a red alert. Red alert. Every one of these babies needs to be shipped ASAP. Oh, this is the big one. Arm, hold all calls. Put on a pot of Java and let's roll up our sleeves.
Introducing desktop shipping software from FedEx.
This is a time when few have got to do the work of many.
Now you can point, click, and ship everything right from your own computer.
It reminds me of the winter of ¡84.
Packages are ready to go. Should I tell him?
That's my little army.
It's just warm enough. For free shipping software, call FedEx.
Welcome to the big game, and today's favorite takes the field. Leading the league in carries. Unbelievable. I'll say it again, you just can't win without a strong defense. Man, I'm here to tell you, impressive running game out there. The new Ford Explorer, far and away the best the world has to offer. Look at that. Perfect field position.
At my school, you can't make mistakes. I get hungry, I reach for Snickers.
Roasted peanuts, milk chocolate, caramel. Snickers satisfies.
We in the NFL are concerned about the quality of our country's educational system. I'm Steve Young of the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL and its players believe it is important that classroom teachers receive the recognition they deserve. That's why the NFL players nominate their favorite teacher, an individual who made a difference in their life. There's one teacher that was very special to me. Terry Lowe brought out the best in every student. His enthusiasm for learning was contagious. He made such an impression on me in high school that I still carry many of his philosophies and lessons with me today. Commissioner Paul Tagliabue.
Thanks, Steve. I'm pleased to announce today that Terry Lowe of Greenwich, Connecticut, the teacher you nominated, has been selected as the NFL Teacher of the Year. We congratulate Mr. Lowe and the thousands of teachers across the country for their dedication and hard work with young people in classrooms every day.
We in the NFL are pleased to salute teachers everywhere through our Teacher of the Month Awards program.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
The Ford Explorer countdown to kickoff continues live from Super Bowl 29.
There is a classy man, George Seifert. He has stayed in the background and put together a tremendous football team. Will he overwhelm the Chargers? Lynn Swann, does San Diego have any chance against George Seifert and the Niners?
Oh, I certainly think they do, but both of these teams, when they stop talking the talk and walk the walk, they're anxious to put this game on the field. And what the San Diego Chargers want to do is find a little seam, a weakness on the San Francisco 49er team offensively and defensively and exploit it. They have to put themselves in position to win, and then they'll have a chance. And I know, Bob, anything is possible in a game like this.
Well, Lenny, I love playing in the Super Bowls because you had 2 weeks to prepare, and that means you are very confident. Both of these quarterbacks are going to be very confident in what they want to do coming out this afternoon. The only problem is there's a little bit of uncertainty because when you've had so long to prepare, the other team may change what they do. You don't want surprises. There may be some today. What do you think, Dick?
Well, I'll tell you this, in coming down here, I didn't give them much of a chance, the Chargers. But after watching them practice, if intensity, concentration, and tempo have anything to do with performance on Sunday afternoon, I think the Chargers are going to play them tough.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dick, I also agree with you, but I can tell you, in 1989, we were 7.5-point underdogs. And all of a sudden, Stanford Jennings runs a 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. It gave us the confidence we needed. You just never know in the NFL. Right, Brent?
Yeah, exactly, Boomer. And inside their locker room, another group under the gun. This has not been the best of years for the officials. There's Jerry Markbright on the right. He'll be the referee, and this group hopes to have a big day in which you don't notice one of them. And we will continue our countdown to kickoff.
This Super Bowl 29 pregame special brought to you by the new Ford Explorer, far and away the best Ford Explorer ever, and America's pork producers who invite you to taste what's next, pork, the other white meat. Our pregame activities will continue with the Doritos kickoff show after this message from our ABC stations.
Of all the gifts you can give a child, nothing gives more than a little of your time.
My special friend taught me all kinds of things.
Sometimes all it takes is one person to forever change the life of a child in need.
A lot of kids out there need a person who they can look up to.
You could be that person.
When you know someone needs you, you feel much better.
So look around, make some calls, but please find a way to connect with a kid who needs you. It's time to put children first.
Tuesday, the Pigskin Party continues.
I can fix this.
See how the Taylors enjoy the Super Bowl.
Touchdown! Who needs a big screen TV, huh?
It's Home Improvement. Then Grace meets a super guy.
You know, I think it's high time we took our relationship to the next level.
Here? Now?
Grace Under Fire after Home Improvement Tuesday on ABC.
It isn't new, it's never old, and it's not what you expect. But it's up and coming. It's right in front of you. It's the life of the party, the word on the street. It's in, it's always, and it's about time. It's where we're at, it's what you want, it's on your mind, it's in your mouth, it's pork, and it's catching on. The other white meat. Taste what's next.
It's time to find some sun. No time for work, just fun. So it's ATA again, yeah, on ATA, you're on vacation.
ATA's antifreeze fares from $49 get you out of the cold and into the sun.
Call your travel agent or ATA today.
On ATA, you're on vacation. On ATA.
It's here. It's invading your living room. The RCA Home Theater. Big, bright, with powerful sound. For an experience so extraordinary, you won't believe your senses. It's where the future of television is taking you.
Our goal is bringing you the best in local news.
Watch us weekdays at 5:30 and 10.
Super Bowl 29 pregame activities continue with the Doritos Kickoff Show. Brought to you by Doritos Tortilla Chips. Flavors the way you look at life. And Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me.
In 1989, Steve Young stood on the sidelines here in Joe Robbie and watched the San Francisco 49ers win a world championship. Now he thinks it's his turn. Well, for more than 5 years, Steve Young's case has been tried in the media. Is he a great quarterback? Can he replace Joe Montana? But Young, a lawyer himself, knows that winning the Super Bowl would bring a kind of closure. In legal terms, would make him whole. Steve Young has waited years for this opportunity, years of discouragement and disappointment, of preparing but not playing. Fighting the spell that Joe Montana cast over a city, Young suffered quietly and dealt with it alone, wanting to make a memory he could live with.
I didn't want to look back and go, oh yeah, you were great, Steve, when everything was going okay. But when things weren't going well, and this is in my heart, within myself, and know within myself that I really choked it during the times when it was tough. I wanted to really say, okay, it's easy to do it when it's great, but how is it when it's really, really rough?
Although many think of him as being from Provo, Utah, or the West Coast, he was raised here in Greenwich, Connecticut. Sherry Young was the homecoming queen at BYU. Her husband's nickname was Grit, a fullback for BYU who raised 5 children with an iron hand.
My dad's had a tough theory about joy. If you're having joy, it means that you're not working hard enough. I felt like everything had to have a cost, you know. You didn't appreciate it enough if you didn't have a cost. In fact, there was always a sense in our family that if you earned it, then it had much greater value.
His father made a suggestion he would later regret when he urged Steve to sign with the USFL after college, a decision Steve was sorry he made.
I signed this contract in the paper, a $40 million man, and then the editorials were all, look what's wrong with sports in America. And I always wanted to be what was right with sports in America, and the next day I was what was wrong with sports in America. It was tough to deal with.
Steve had always dreamed of going into the NFL. He'd always wanted to be like Roger Staubach. And he signed with the USFL and woke up the next morning and realized that he'd given away his dream.
And it looked as though he might never get it back. After 2 years with the USFL, he finally made it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hardly the stuff of NFL dreams. But after landing in San Francisco, he found himself backing up the great Joe Montana. 3 years ago, when his contract expired, he had another chance to leave and again asked his father what he should do. But his father, this time, didn't want to give advice.
I said, Stephen, this time you're going to make the decision. You do what you want to do. What do you want to do? He said, I want to stay here. Everybody's telling me I should leave. I want to stay here. And I says, then you should stay there.
When he was finally given the starting job, Young was always compared to the magnificent Montana and suffered the tag that he couldn't win the critical game. In fact, it never really became Young's team until a transforming moment this year against Philadelphia. When Young was pulled from the game, usually mild-mannered, he exploded.
When he got pulled out and he was over there ramping and raving and really just, going off on the sideline, everybody knew how he felt. Because, he felt like, hey, my team is out there losing. I'm the starting quarterback while I'm on the sideline. I don't care if we're getting beat 50 to nothing. I want to be out there with my team taking the pounding, too. And I think everybody grew a lot of respect from that.
For a man who believes in the added value of things that are not given but earned, this Super Bowl is paramount. And for Young, the pain was lifted in one glorious moment, winning the elusive NFC Championship.
My career has been so bizarre in many ways. If it would have been different, I certainly wouldn't have had as many laughs or as many cries. It would have been much simpler, but certainly I couldn't ask for more.
Steve Young never wanted money for nothing. Harris Barton, who used to room with Steve Young, said that one day he opened a drawer and found nearly $1 million in uncashed 49er checks. Steve just didn't think he'd earn it. Well, for one man who has a perspective on playing in the Super Bowl, let's check in with Boomer Esiason.
Well, Leslie, he has earned every dollar this year and even the last 3 years. You know, Steve really has nothing to prove to us of the ones that play in the NFL. He's done just about everything. He's won every award imaginable for every football player in this league. The one thing he is missing, however, is the Super Bowl championship. And I think in his own mind, the 2 rings that he already possesses don't really mean that much to him. So this day is a very big day for him. Don't you agree, Bob?
Boomer, I agree. I like this kid. He's at the top of his game. He's been in the league for 10 years. And what that means to me is mentally he knows what's going on, both on offense, what he wants to get done, and on defense, what they're trying to do to him. And physically, he still has the skills after 10 years to get it done. He is not diminished in his skills. The pressure is not on him. He knows he does not have to play a great game for San Francisco to win. He just needs to avoid playing a bad game. Hey, Brent.
All right, Bob, as we can see, the players have left the field, and the pregame intensity now starts to pick up for the fans.
Doritos presents the Moose Lodge with your host, Daryl Johnston.
Welcome to the Moose Lodge. You know what my 2 favorite subjects are? Football and food. Put them together and you got Moose's all-food football team. For appetizers, start with Chip Banks. Cook up some Chris hamburger with Bill Pickell and Coy bacon. Then wash it all down with some Ricky Waters. It's enough to make your mouth water. Heed this advice from the Moose, though. Don't forget to cover your rice. Know what I mean?
Soft and puffy clouds so high. Is that a little lamb I spy? A rainbow river, green and red. Ugh! That one looks like Seaford's head.
Bigger, crunchier Doritos. So deliciously distracting. They'll flavor the way you look at life.
What's this? I come to make a sack. You drop the ball. I give it back.
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Doritos flavor the way you look at life.
Camry was a success story from the start. Acclaimed best car built in America, its reputation for quality craftsmanship made Camry the gold standard. It ranked among the top 10 in initial quality 6 years in a row. And Camry is built in a plant in Georgetown, Kentucky, the recipient of the Gold Plant Quality Award. And now the newly styled and refined 1995 Toyota Camry continues to write the book.
It isn't new, it's never old, and it's not what you expect. But it's up and coming. It's right in front of you. It's the life of the party, the word on the street. It's in, it's always, and it's about time. It's where we're at, it's what you want, it's on your mind, it's in your mouth, it's pork, and it's catching on. The other white meat. Taste what's next.
Tuesday,
McBride, U.S. Marshal Service.
wherever you're going, whatever you've done, don't even think about running from Winston McBride. Gotcha. The Marshal Special Preview Tuesday here on ABC.
Do you feel safe behind your locked door? Don't bet your life on it. Robbery, assault, or even worse.
I never was concerned that if I locked my door, I would be raped.
What some landlords don't want you to know. A 2020 undercover investigation, Friday.
The Doritos Kickoff Show continues live from Super Bowl 29.
Well, we want you to watch a scene which just occurred before the Chargers left the field. Backup running back Eric Bieniemy. Watch him get blasted by Sean Lee, who missed the Pittsburgh game. Now watch the reaction. Now, Lynn Swann, as we see this, Lee obviously appears ready to go, but so does this football team. This is high intensity.
Oh, Brent, you're absolutely correct. I talked to the team trainer. You know, he got his knee scoped before the Pittsburgh game, and he's completely healthy now. I talked to Bill Arnsparker. He said the best pressure on San Francisco may have been in the last Monday night game against the Vikings. You know, 2 tackles, put the best pressure on Steve Young. Sean Lee, the 7-year player of the North Alabama, he is a man who is critical inside. They've got to get that pressure if they're going to have a chance to stop San Francisco and Steve Young. Brent, here's Leslie.
As for the 49ers, they are looking to dominate here. This game means many things to many people. Gary Plummer just now told me that in the locker room he was very nervous. He spent 8 years with the Chargers. He said, this game won't be the pinnacle for me. It will be a relief. Well, as for Deion Sanders, who chose the 49ers over the Miami Dolphins, he just said, if I had signed with Miami, the Dolphins would be here in the Super Bowl. That might sound cocky, but that's what I think. Jerry Rice, by the way, just had an IV as a precautionary. Let's go to Peter King.
Thanks, Leslie. Speaking of Deion Sanders, 3 months ago, Deion Sanders told me flat out, if I get to the Super Bowl, buckle your seatbelts, I'm going to play the game of my life. Well, I'll tell you what, if he's going to play the game of his life, he's going to play it with grass stains on his pants. Just talking to a Charger on the field moments ago, they are going to go after Deion in the running game and really try to physical himself out of this game. Brent?
Well, there are 174 countries which will carry the signal out of Joe Robbie Stadium. Here are some of the foreign broadcasters getting ready for their version of Super Bowl 29.
Introducing the Toyota T100 Extra Cab. Its new 190 horsepower V6 actually out-accelerates V8s. It's big and spacious, yet amazingly maneuverable. And it's extremely rugged, yet incredibly refined. The new T100 Extra Cab. It's the Toyota of big trucks.
We built this jump and flooded it to introduce Goodyear's all-new Wrangler AquaTread for light trucks and sport utilities. Two aqua channels sweep water away. You get the sheer rugged toughness of a Goodyear Wrangler and the outstanding wet traction of a Goodyear AquaTread. The all-new 50,000-mile Wrangler AquaTread, only from Goodyear.
Tak se snažím sehnat ten nový operační systém Chicago. Pořád oddaluji jeho uvedení na trh.
Ten nový OS2 VAR pod IBM se zdá být vynikající.
OS2 VAR?
Zrovna jsem o něm četla v časopise. Máte tam opravdový multitasking? Snadný přístup do internetu.
Hrozně ráda bych tu síť vyzkoušel. To je můj beeper.
Soft and puffy clouds so high. Is that a little lamb I spy? A rainbow river, green and red. Ugh! That one looks like Seafood's head.
Bigger, crunchier Doritos. So deliciously distracting, they'll flavor the way you look at life.
What's this? I come to make a sack. You drop the ball. I give it back.
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Doritos flavor the way you look at life.
Doritos presents The Moose Lodge with Daryl Johnston.
Hi, Moose again. You know, I've got 2 more favorite subjects, football and wildlife. Put them together and you got the Moose's all-animal team, featuring Mad Dog Curtis, Leon Big Cat Led, Tim Fox, and Joe Wolf. If you're into marine life, my preferred choice is Kenny the Shark Gann. But Moose's favorite football animal is the swan. Check this guy out. He's swift, he's graceful, and he can fly. Kind of like me.
Get ready for this. The February movies on ABC. Seagal, Jones, Under Siege. Redford, Poitier, Sneakers. Locklear, Strauss, Franz. The miniseries Texas Justice. Ford, Patriot Games. A world premiere movie. Devane Falling from the Sky. The blockbuster stars and outstanding films. ABC's got them in February. Get ready for this.
Welcome back to the Doritos Kickoff Show, live from Super Bowl 29.
RC now. We're about 30 minutes from kickoff. Joe Robbie beginning to fill up for Super Bowl 29. You know, Dick Vermeil, I thought Peter King really raised a fascinating question. He said the Chargers want to put heavy pressure on Deion Sanders, get blockers over on him. Can you do that as a pro football team? Can you go after Deion Sanders like that, and how can they accomplish that?
Well, first off, I think the 49ers will try to keep Deion Sanders out of a run-force position. But with a multiple formation package that the Chargers use within their running game, he will have to come up and force the run from time to time.
Now, Dick, on the other side of it, there are so many weapons. If you're Bill Arnsparger, can you keep everything in front of you? Can you play as soft against the 49ers as he did 5 weeks ago in San Diego?
Well, I don't believe you can, because that's how they make a living, throwing that short, efficient passing game. They're going to have to crowd that short passing game from time to time.
Now, what about the nerves? Dick, tell me what it was like down inside the Philadelphia locker room before you brought the Eagles out against the Raiders. What's going on? I know you're laughing.
Hey, whatever I said, Brent, it was wrong, okay? But I'll tell you what I was talking to them about. I was thanking them for the opportunity they gave me to represent them for 5 years, the effort they made to bring the Eagles here, especially the 11, 12 guys that have been there all 5 years. And I also said to them, there is a time in your career to be at your best, and now is the time.
All right, Dick. So there we are, a game that has grown so much over the last 29 years. Remember back in Super Bowl I, there were empty seats in the Los Angeles Coliseum. Seats were priced at $25 a piece. Now we're getting ready here in Joe Robbie, and the cheapest ticket is $200. The world awaits Super Bowl 29. 174 countries will take the feed. And we estimate the audience for this Super Bowl will be in excess of 750 million. We hope everyone enjoys Super Bowl 29. In Maine, they've come in from the shore to watch the Super Bowl. The DMZ in Korea, our young soldiers are ready. In San Diego, the Charger fans are euphoric. Down under in Australia, they're ready. Grable, Wyoming, where the Cowboys have come in to watch the game. In Antarctica, they're bellying up. In San Francisco, can the 49ers win it for a 5th time? The stage is set.
What's another American footy Super Bowl?
Super Bowl 29 is coming up.
If you believe in me, I will believe in what will be.
Are women really not strong enough to do some jobs? Are men just too aggressive to raise children? New research shows that men and women really are different. Join John Stossel for a program everyone will be talking about. Men, women, and the sex difference, Wednesday.
Thursday, imagine the real Rambo, really ticked off at our government. How mad is he? He's got followers on a mountaintop preparing for just about anything. Prepare yourself for Bo Greitz, Day 1, Thursday.
It's the most popular meat in the world, and it's not what you're thinking. It's multilingual, multi-coastal. It's every day and everywhere. It's at home, and it's abroad. It's north, it's south, it's east, it's west, it's pork, and it's what the world is coming to. The other white meat. Taste what's next.
The Silver Stars are remarkable. They've always believed in keeping themselves young. We couldn't agree more. We're leading the country in research and treatments for cancer, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. And we're finding cures. It's all a part of life in Indiana. and a way of life at Indiana University Medical Center, where we believe people should feel young as long as they like.
You are one step ahead of everyone.
The check's in the mail.
Because you got caller ID from Ameritech.
Sorry, Steve, I can't talk. I'm busy.
You know who's calling before you pick up.
Gotta call you back, Mike. The dog just got loose.
Call 1-800-AROUND-YOU-NOW and get free installation and a 60-day free trial of a display unit. With caller ID, you have a tip-off.
Sue, what's up?
Ameritech, your link to better communication.
Mellencamp Talks with Howard Caldwell, Wednesday on 6 News at 6 o'clock.
It began last September for 28 NFL teams. 26 have fallen, their missions unaccomplished. And now only 2 remain in the quest for football's holy grail. The Super Bowl trophy is the prize. The San Diego Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers, the teams. The players in tonight's game will add to the glorious moments of Super Bowl history.
Going after covers, and it's double quad, catches it on a circus catch.
It's blocked. The ball is loose. It was blocked, I believe, by Wagner. It's still up for grabs. Mike Bass grabbed it. Mike Bass is at the 40.
Back to throw Montana. Steps up, throws.
Touchdown, 49ers!
Snap, spot, in the air. It's got the distance. It is no good.
It is good! 52-yard field goal by Jimmy O'Brien. The Jets have won the Super Bowl with a final score: New York 16, Baltimore 7.
The Super Bowl, the despair of losing, the ecstasy of winning.
When the game ended, there was such a feeling of elation, joy, tickling explosion inside. The teammates, we did it! We did it,
I think the disappointment hits you more maybe later that night, even the next morning, and over the next 2 or 3 days. And I think it's very important that once a week, 2 weeks pass, you put it behind you.
The realization to me as a player was that no matter whatever happens to me in my life, this is the one game I want to win. Nobody can ever take this away from me. Nobody can say what they want to say about me, but I have quarterbacked a championship team.
We have arrived at the pinnacle hour of American sport. It is the World Championship of Professional Football. Super Bowl 29. The kickoff is moments away. Ladies and gentlemen, Hank Williams Jr.
Well, it's kickoff time and we're ready to rock. Time to catch all the hits, the bangs and the blocks. It's the game of the year that's coming your way. The Chargers and the Niners are ready to play. They got it in gear. It's all on the line. Here comes Super Bowl 29. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? Sports' biggest party. Yeah, this is Low Hank and I'm back and I'm ready to get this thing started. So put the teams on the field and get them pumped up right. The whole world's watching this title fight. Well, for 29 years we've been watching this game. All the great teams and all the big names. Red hot receivers and bruising backs. Tom and Jim sailed wide right in the Super Bowl. Are you ready for some football? The game's biggest party. This is Rockin' Randall Hank, ready to get this thing started. Get those helmets crashing. This place is sight. The Chargers and Niners won't hold back tonight. Yes, everybody is a fan. This is the biggest party, man. All my rowdy friends across the land are ready to get this game started. So let's bring them out. We're all ready to go. It's time to kick off this Super Bowl show. Let's go!
Thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. And now get ready for Super Bowl 29.
Welcome to Joe Robbie Stadium, Miami, Florida, Super Bowl 29. The San Francisco 49ers and the San Diego Chargers. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Super Bowl, and it is rocking here in Miami. A very special welcome to the millions of fans watching around the world, and in particular, our servicemen. I'm Frank Gifford, along with Al and Michaels and Dan Deerdorf, and we are privileged and honored to bring you this telecast. A few thoughts from us, if you will. The San Francisco 49ers, in my estimation, come into this game maybe playing the best football the NFL has seen in its 75-year history. They are 13-3 in the regular season. They went to the playoffs with wins over Chicago and the two-time Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys. And again, in my estimation, if they play as they have throughout most of this season, they will win the 5th Super Bowl for the San Francisco 49ers franchise. They'll play tough on defense. They are trying to avoid the turnover, of course. And the key to it, perhaps, is the patience until one of their stars, and they have so many, will make the big play for them. San Diego cannot have the luxury of playing like they played all season. They must make the big plays. Their defense is going to have to attack instead of bend and not breaking. And on offense, Al, I think they're going to have to take the risk also, and that might mean a 4-down series. They've talked about it, and we might see them going for a lot of 4th-down plays.
This team, Frank, is nothing if not resilient. On opening night this year, they fell behind to Denver by 18 and won the game. And then in the playoffs, they were behind by 15 to Miami and 10 last week to Pittsburgh and won those games. But they'd be ill-advised to fall behind tonight because the 49ers are a whole other story. San Francisco scored 505 points this season. You know they're going to score. And the conventional wisdom says, well, the Chargers have to tighten up defensively, keep the Niners off the field. Yeah, they have to do that, but the reality is San Diego also, to have a chance, is going to have to do a lot of things offensively. I think there are two keys. Number one, I think San Diego's offensive line, healthy again, and they weren't in the regular season matchup, will have to beat San Francisco's defensive line. And they need a big game and a complete game from Stan Humphries, who is streaky, who normally gets off to a very slow start and finishes strong in the second half. They need Humphries to be hot, and they need Humphries to be hot early. We talked to a lot of the Charger players this week. The prevailing attitude is very simple. Nobody expects anything. We have nothing to lose. I think this team's going to open it up tonight against the San Francisco 49ers, Dan. At this point, clearly one of the best teams in the history of the National Football League.
I don't know how you could really judge them any other way, Al. Of course, that's what happens when you score more than, 209 points more than their opponents during the regular season. This San Francisco 49er squad has an unusual attitude about it. It's interesting talking to Steve Young. He refers to their opponent as the nameless, faceless opponent. In other words, the San Francisco 49ers are so good, they're really not playing anyone in particular. They're really playing themselves. Their attitude is, if we don't make mistakes, if we don't give it away, we cannot lose the ball game. And I think that's an attitude that's really born out of winning and winning often. But keep one thing in mind. It's been 5 years since the 49ers played in a Super Bowl, and only a half a dozen of their starters returned from that last Super Bowl. And with being such a big favorite, I think comes a lot of pressure. I think what we'll find out about the San Francisco 49ers tonight. Are they good enough to take their place in history, and are they good enough to keep the San Diego Chargers nameless and faceless?
And we'll return to Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami. The starting lineups when we come back.
week of scout camp. How hard could it be? Yeah.
I'm your new troop leader. We're going to chop wood and dig a ditch from here to there. Any questions?
Bet you can't eat just one.
Kid, I once went an entire week without breathing.
New Wavy Lay's Hidden Valley Ranch flavor. Bet you can't eat just one.
Keeper!
Hidden Valley's a special ranch. Wavy Lay's are special potato chips.
Betcha that with just one little word, we can tell you exactly where to go to get up to $1,200 in savings and values. You win. One short year ago, no one would ever have thought that this simple greeting could tell you how to save big money. Dodge Neon Sedan and Dodge Neon Coupe. On sale now at your friendly Dodge dealer.
Gillette introduces the next revolution in shaving closeness. Microfins. And they're only on the new Sensor XL. These microfins precede the blades. As Sensor XL's spring-mounted blades adjust to your face, these soft, flexible fins gently stretch your skin, so your beard stands up for the closest, most comfortable shave. Get closer than ever before. Get the new Gillette Sensor XL.
It's the most popular meat in the world, and it's not what you're thinking. It's multilingual, multi-coastal. It's every day and everywhere. It's at home, and it's abroad. It's north, it's south, it's east, it's west, it's pork, and it's what the world is coming to. The other white meat. Taste what's next.
The Doritos Kickoff Classic continues, brought to you by Doritos Tortilla Chips, flavors the way you look at life. Thrifty Car Rental, historically known for low rates, and the creators of the Neon 4-door and the brand new 2-door coupe.
Back at Joe Robbie Stadium, dusk in South Florida, ready for the player intros, and the public address announcer is Paul Olden.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Bowl 29. Let's meet the American Football Conference champion San Diego Chargers.
Let him go, Dick.
And now, here are the Chargers' defensive starters. At left end, from Tennessee, number 94, Chris Mims. At left tackle, from North Alabama, number 98, Sean Lee. At right tackle, from North Carolina, number 93, Reuben Davis. At right end, from Oklahoma State, number 91, Leslie O'Neal. At linebacker, from Virginia, number 92, David Griggs. At linebacker, from Iowa State, number 57, Dennis Gibson. At linebacker, from the University of Southern California, number 55, Junior Seau. At left cornerback, from Stanford, number 21, Darian Gordon. At right cornerback, from South Carolina State, number 28, Dwayne Harper. At strong safety, from Northern Arizona, number 29, Darren Carrington. At free safety, from Texas, number 24, Stanley Richard. And head coach of the Chargers, Bobby Ross. And now, the National Football Conference champion, San Francisco 49ers. Let's meet the 49ers offensive starters. At split end from Delaware State, number 82, John Taylor. At left tackle from Auburn, number 74, Steve Wallace. At left guard from Hawaii, number 61, Jesse Sapolo. At center from Brigham Young, number 66, Bart Oates. At right guard from the University of Southern California, number 63, Derek Deese. At right tackle from North Carolina, number 79, Harris Barton. At tight end from Santa Clara, number 84, Brent Jones. At flanker from Mississippi Valley State, number 80, Jerry Rice. At running back from Notre Dame, number 32, Ricky Waters. At fullback from Florida State, number 40, William Floyd. At quarterback from Brigham Young, number 8, Steve Young. And the head coach of the 49ers, George Seifert.
The kickoff for Super Bowl 29 approaching on this 76-degree evening. Back with the national anthem from Miami in a moment.
We can't accept these demands.
This is outrageous.
We can stay out as long as we need to, am I right?
Listen, they gotta eat, we have to eat.
There's got to be some kind of common ground here.
They're not gonna break us.
I thought they were our friends. Yeah, our friends.
Sometimes something as simple as a hot pizza can bring people together. Like a Pizza Hut one-topping pan pizza. Large, 2 for $13.
Where did the pizza come from? You didn't order? No, I didn't. Who ordered it?
You'll love the stuff we're made of.
It's all about concentration. If I get hungry, I grab a Snickers.
Packed with fresh roasted peanuts, thick milk chocolate, and caramel. Snickers stops the hunger.
There's a hunger inside you.
You're the principal topic of my conversation. The apple of my eye. You're the principal source of my inspiration. The principal star in my sky.
For the principal people in your life, the Principal Financial Group.
insurance, pensions, managed health care, and more.
You're the principal reason I do what I do. The principal reason is you.
The Principal. For over a century, your edge on the future.
At my school, you can't make mistakes. I get hungry, I reach for Snickers.
Roasted peanuts, milk chocolate, caramel. Snickers satisfies.
It happens every day. As the earth rolls on its belly, the lights go out from east to west. Night sweeps across the land. This is the time when dreams are made. And as another day is put to bed, a tired eye blinks once, twice. Good night, sleepyhead. Serta. We make the world's best mattress.
We've been busy getting Plymouth Neon ready for the Super Bowl. It's a big game, so we're putting a little something extra into it. Well now, that should leave quite an impression. On to the game. The Plymouth Neon Preferred Option Sale. Now at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Tomorrow, Madonna. Boys to Men. The artist formerly known as Prince. Celine Dion. Michael Bolton. All for One. Tim McGraw. Live. The 22nd Annual American Music Awards tomorrow here on ABC.
The Doritos Kickoff Show continues live from Super Bowl 29.
Now to honor America, please join in the singing of our national anthem. The anthem will be followed by a jet flyover by the 93rd Fighter Squadron of Homestead Air Reserve Base. The anthem will be signed for the hearing impaired by Heather Whitestone and sung by television and recording star, my wife, Kathy Lee Gifford.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still
Great rendition of the national anthem by Kathy Lee. Your heart can stop beating right now, Frank. Yeah. You ready for some football?
You bet. We almost are. The coin flip when we come back.
In prehistoric times, the only place to rent a wheel was the airport.
Well, Thrifty Car Rental changed that and conveniently opened in your neighborhood. So now, it's easier than ever before to rent a great set of wheels at historically low rates. And when you are at the airport, don't worry, that's our neighborhood too. Your neighborhood Thrifty Car Rental, historically known for low rates.
Soft and puffy clouds so high. Is that a little lamb I spy? A rainbow river, green and red. Ugh. That one looks like Seaford's head.
Bigger, crunchier Doritos. So deliciously distracting, they'll flavor the way you look at life.
What's this? I come to make a sack. You drop the ball. I give it back.
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Doritos flavor the way you look at life.
We looked. We listened. We challenged all conventional thinking. We reconsidered every facet of car design, every nuance of engineering. And at every turn, we not only asked why, we asked, why not? New Dodge Stratus. We questioned everything.
Super Bowl, here we are.
3 minutes till kickoff and 3 blocks to go.
We're gonna make it, we're gonna make it.
Nothing can stop us now.
Except for that McDonald's right there.
Uh-oh.
95-cent Big Mac, Jerry.
One more for the road.
Time's running out for McDonald's 95-cent Big Mac. Just 95 cents get you a hot, tempting Big Mac or a breakfast egg McMuffin, but only for a few more days, so hurry.
Oh, that was quick.
We're still on schedule.
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
And I see another McDonald's at the end of the block.
They're not gonna make it to the Super Bowl, guys.
Oh, yes, we will, Jerry. Yes, we will.
A spectacle so big, it can only be the Doritos Super Bowl halftime.
It's the hottest winter ever. The winter heats up tonight right after the Super Bowl with Extreme here on ABC.
The Doritos Kickoff Show continues live from Super Bowl 29.
Ceremony. Coming to midfield are Charger captains John Carney, Stan Brock, Courtney Hall, Leslie O'Neal, and Junior Seau. Representing San Francisco are captains Antonio Goss, Tim McDonald, and Jerry Rice. The referee for today's game is Jerry Markbright. Joining them are 4 members of the NFL 75th Anniversary All-Time Team. Pro Football Hall of Famers Otto Graham, Ray Nitschke, Joe Green, and Gale Sayers.
Good luck. San Diego is the visiting team, and we'll call the toss. Captain Brock, this is the coin to be used. This is the head. This is the tail. Please call it in the air when it's flipped. Otto, will you do the honors, please? Tail. Tails is the call. It's heads. 49ers win the toss. You want the ball, your choice of goals. Swing around, gentlemen. You've won the toss. You'll go receive. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck. Thank you.
And the first question now that comes into play is with the 49ers receiving. Is it a smokescreen, or will Deion Sanders go back to receive the kick along with Dexter Carter. Apparently he will not. There he is. And of course George Schieffer throughout the week has talked about the possibility of Dion not only doing that but also getting in offensively as well.
And he has worked. He returned kickoffs yesterday and special teams work. We were out at the practice session. We watched him work out of a slot formation with out and up, and he just blew by cornerback Eric Davis. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see him on offense.
And meanwhile, visibility inside Joe Robbie Stadium has been greatly reduced. The pyrotechnics that we saw during the national anthem, that's actually better than it looks like. There's a great shot from above. It is lingering inside the stadium. It is not cleared yet, and it's hazy.
It's like a scene from a cabaret as John Carney, who has found a home in San Diego. He's one of those kickers like so many others who just bounced around. He'll kick off to the 49ers, who have been a fast starting team throughout the season. In fact, the 49ers have had a propensity to pass a lot more than run in the first